Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're on the Bay of Green Bay, fishing for walleyes with Captain Brett Jolly.
Hey, hey, John from Gillespie!
Just a big, beautiful fish.
Oh, is that awesome? Holy moly! Oh my God! Look at the size of that walleye, Danny! Look at the size of that fish. Yes, folks, we're with my buddy Captain Brett Jolly, but this is a special day for you and I because Ron Johnson, who is sponsored by Baitmate, fishes on the Pro Bass Tour, and every time you come here, you request Brett Jolly and I to take you off of Volcano on the Bay of Green Bay.
That's right. You know, gotta come out here for some walleyes, and no better people to do it with than you and expert Brett Jolly over here. He always seems to put us on fish, doesn't he?
And Brett, this is a system that we're gonna fish today that I have not really done before to any great extent. These are heavy lures. You wanna point them out?
Yeah, this is the Hyperattle, Acme Hyperattle, and this is the Moonshine Shiver Minnow.
Okay, and they both work well, but they're real heavy baits.
Very heavy, yeah. I mean, they weigh an ounce, it's 1 ounce of lead there, and it gets right down to the bottom fast, and you snap it up in these deep water spots. They just work great.
Is it strictly a deep water bait?
I do very well with them in shallow water, 6-7 feet of water, and I do really good, even with these big 1 ounce baits. Sometimes I'll downsize a hair, but even these big ones, when those fish are aggressive and you start ripping them, they hammer it.
Now, in all the bass tournaments you fish, have you done this deep water rip jigging before?
Yeah, absolutely. I use a lot of these rip jigging wraps as you're seeing right here, as well as cast masters and even the soft plastics. You know, obviously we talked about Kalins, and I love snap jigging a 1/4 ounce darter head or a 3/8 darter head with one of their 5-inch jerk minnows. It just excels around the country.
Well,
Awesome.
we're off of Volcano today and we're fishing 20-25 feet of water. You gonna get some?
I'm gonna get some.
All right, hey folks, we'll show you more about what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
You can't choose the weather, but you can choose to dress for it. Introducing Blackfish Performance Wear for the ultimate sun protection and cooling comfort. Using chemical-free cooling technology, our Shade and Eclipse series is designed with unique fabric to wick moisture away, as well as create pockets for air to keep you cool. Whether on the boat or on the dock, choose Blackfish, because you can choose the weather. Blackfishgear.com.
Folks, when I head out to fish, I always stock up on my favorite Baitmate fish attractants. Dale, I just put that Baitmate on, man. Baitmate offers a complete line of fish attractants and convenient spray bottles for every angler and every species of fish. They've got your bait covered. I also have the newest Baitmate delivery system in my boat, Baitmate Ultra Live Game Fish Dip. Simply flip open the lid and dip your bait for even application every time, and it's ideal for frequent casting. I just dipped that in the Baitmate, you know that? Improve your chances of catching fish with Baitmate fish attractants. It just makes sense.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X2. Purpose-built for exploring tight technical terrain. And boasting next-level versatility. No other side-by-side delivers this level of proven off-road performance. The all-new Wolverine X2 from Yamaha.
Oh, Blake's got something big on there, Ron, to start our day. You never know in the bay. Could be a big walleye, could be a big old sheep's head.
It's not giving up.
Oh, Blake's, oh, look at this. It's a giant catfish.
Wow.
Hey, Ron, what do you think? That Blake is well-versed, isn't she?
She is. She catches everything, apparently, huh?
Wow,
well, you just
look
never
at
know
that.
what you're gonna catch
That is a big cat. And that's something, you know, folks, that you can actually come out and target here on the Bay of Green Bay. But I don't know if Blake wants to hold that one up.
I'll pass on that one.
You sure?
Yeah, that's
They give good kisses.
No.
No, but tell the folks that, we're walleye fishing, and you really never know when you're fishing these reefs, do you?
You know, Green Bay has trophy everything, and here's just another one to add to the species. But yeah, these reefs are loaded, and boy, we catch everything from smallmouth to walleye to sheep's head and occasional beautiful channel cat.
Blake, is that your biggest catfish ever?
It's my first catfish ever.
Your first?
Yep.
Hey, Ronnie, what do you got there, buddy?
Hoping a walleye this time. We've gone
I
through our
am
share
too.
of sheep's head.
Yeah, we're catching tons of sheep's head, folks, that we obviously haven't filmed, and that's part of the deal, finding fish out here. Hey, here we go. We got a walleye. All right there, buddy. And that right there, folks, is the perfect eater size. Now, Ron, as I mentioned before, buddy, you're from Arizona, guiding out there. You don't have this type of walleye fishing. That's why you love it so much.
Well, I love it so much, John, because, I am originally from Wisconsin, and I certainly don't have an opportunity to fish for the walleye as much as I like to anymore. So anytime I get lucky enough, I have the pleasure of coming up and fishing with you guys, I get to come on out and work on these walleye, and it is a beautiful eater. This is the size, if you're going to eat them, these are them all day long.
Hey, Brett, one question I have for you as far as working these hyper rattles are concerned. You cast out, let it go to the bottom, and then how do you work it?
Well, I just bomb it out there as far as I can, let it sink down to the bottom, reel the line tight, and I rip it up, and I reel the slack down tight. Rip it up, reel the slack down tight. The key is to come down with a tight line so you feel that bite. They usually hit it on the drop.
And then one thing too, tell the folks you are going to get snagged on rocks and zebra mussels.
Yeah, you're going to get snags, you're going to get zebra mussels, you're going to lose expensive baits. It's part of the deal, but catch a lot of fish.
Here we go, Jolly, back to the boat, buddy.
Nice.
It's a walleye, and here he comes. And boy, not a bad walleye either, man. That's the thing about coming out here on the bay. You don't get a lot of 13, 14 inches.
No, there's just a pile of really nice fish. This right here, that's a very nice fish. Some good fillets on that one.
Yeah, now we're not going to keep any fish today, but you fish out here all the time, and you're a strong proponent for selected harvest.
Absolutely. This size is a great eating size fish. Those 15 to like 20, 21 inches are the ones we like to keep. Anything bigger, I throw them back.
Bottom.
What happened, Blake?
Huh?
What happened?
Bottom.
Hey, Brett Jolly. All right, buddy. Got to tell the folks that we got pretty decent conditions today. You got to have waves, right?
Yeah, a good chop on the water always helps. It really gets these walleyes going. We got some cloud cover.
But yeah, folks, you get out here on a calm, sunny day,
there we go.
You're really better off trolling than you are casting on a calm, sunny day, right?
Yeah, unless you get up bright and early in the morning or in the evening. But yeah, you get a day like today, you can come out, catch a pile of nice eating-sized walleyes. We're not going to keep any today, but this would be a good one to fry.
So again, you look for cloud cover or a breeze.
Yeah, either one. It can be sunny, but you got a nice chop. These fish will bite really good jigging.
Mr. Arizona.
You bet,
Mr.
man.
Bass Angler.
Hey, I catch it all, John.
All right, buddy. Let's see. You haven't gotten this walleye in yet, though,
That's
have
true.
you?
No, it feels all right.
Well, I'll tell you, this has been interesting, folks. Every bite out here on this spot has been walleyes. We haven't been bothered by the catfish or the
Ron's got a
sheephead.
sheephead.
I
Sheephead
spoke too soon. That's what they call him, Brett. I forgot to tell you. His name is Ron, Mr. Sheephead Johnson.
Mr. Sheepshead Johnson.
Yeah, now can you, hey,
Sure,
Jolly.
might as well show you what I'm all about here.
Jolly,
I don't mess around.
that's a pretty nice sheep's head, though.
Oh, that's a dandy.
That's one thing, folks, you're going to usually put up with on the Bay of Green Bay, but they are fun, aren't they?
They're a lot of fun,
Yeah, they fight.
Well,
But we're not going to keep this one. This one's going back.
Jolly, what do you think of his nickname, though? Ron, Mr. Sheephead Johnson.
I like it. He earned it the last time I fished with him, too.
Wow, what do we got here? I hope not a sheep's head. You caught a catfish earlier.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it, but you never know.
Yeah, cool. Well, we're hoping walleye.
I know.
It's not tracking like a walleye, though, is it, Brett?
I don't know.
We don't know. Here it comes.
All right.
Oh, let's see what we got here. Oh, nice walleye. Way to go there, Blake.
Woo, my first one of the day.
Well, you got a big catfish earlier, though.
Yeah,
That was fun.
I've been trying hard for a walleye.
No, I know. And it's kind of an interesting way to fish. You know, you and I are so used to using plastics, but these deep diving Rattle Master type baits are really good, aren't
Yeah,
they?
those are the ticket for today. For
Easy
sure.
to use too, aren't
Yeah,
they?
hit the bottom, lift up, hit the bottom, lift up.
And they're so heavy you can actually feel when you
When it
hit
hits
bottom.
the bottom, which is very helpful.
And then you lift up again, and the hit isn't hard.
No, it's just a little nibble, but look at that.
Roddy the Sheephead King is, let's see if he can break the wall. Here he comes. He loses
That was a nice
the
walleye.
walleye. Hey, Ron, the walleyes are the ones you're supposed to get in the boat. The sheep said you can lose.
Now you tell me, John.
Oh.
That was a nice walleye. That was the nicest one so far.
Back of the boat now, Jollaroo. Back of the boat, buddy.
You're hot today, John.
I think this feels like a walleye. Again, folks, you're hooking everything here. You're hooking sheep's head, catfish, and whatnot. But this feels like a walleye, the fight, you know, Brett?
That's the way he's coming in.
Yeah, okay, buddy. And then we'll see what we got here. He hit way, way out, too, by the way. You know, I have my drag loose when they do a run like that, Brett.
Yeah, these bay fish are strong.
They really are. I mean,
These
they
little
fight.
guys fight.
Now show what that fish did there. You can see that he hit that bait in the mouth.
Oh,
And these baits will actually hook him on the side too, huh?
Oh yeah, you get that treble hook will stick in there, and then the corner hook in the mouth.
Yeah, now hold that one up. I mean, these are just really gorgeous eating fish.
Beautiful fish.
And again, you know, you got the shot at a big one out here.
Absolutely.
But you know what? One of the trips that I look so forward to with Brett Jolly is actually the first week in December.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
tell the
fun.
folks what we do.
You know, we get out, we jig for a while, you know, and we catch a bunch of fish like this, and then, then we do the night thing, and we never know what we're gonna get. We get some giant walleyes, pike,
big northerns,
whatever.
But it's really interesting too. In the Fox River, folks, you have a lot of warm water discharges, basically from the dam all the way down to the mouth, and you find those warm water discharges in mid-November to when it ices up.
Right.
And all the shad push in there.
The shad are just stacked in there, and at night the walleyes, pike, all the game fish come in there and just hammer on them.
And we're gonna do that show again, right?
Absolutely.
I think our anniversary date is usually about December 3rd.
Yep, right after deer season.
Yeah. We are fishing the Bay of Green Bay out of Oconto, Wisconsin. A 2-hour drive from Milwaukee, 3.5 hours from Chicago, and 4.5 hours from Minneapolis.
Excellent. Oh, there's a good one. Awesome.
Beautiful fish.
Look at how he ate that,
He
too.
ate that Google Eye jig.
This is the Google Eye. It's available in a live bait series and then a long hook shank series. And what we did is we took a glass rattle and built it into the middle of the round jig head and just bouncing it. It hits the bottom, that glass rattle's rattling and it's sending off vibration in this dirty water in this river, and that's the result right there.
This one's coming home with me.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. Whether it's I'll fix it myself season or I live in my Carhartt season. Get what you need for Mom's secret recipe season. Say goodbye 1970s family room season. And even hungry as a bear season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Jollaroo, is that the cast after mine?
Yeah. Oh,
that's the one thing on these baits, though. They're not great hooking percentage as far as getting them in is concerned.
No, they're so heavy and they're shaking. They come off.
Well, you didn't swear there, did you?
A little bit.
Oh, okay. Don't miss this one, Jolly.
Yeah,
Don't miss this one, buddy.
I'll try and keep this one on. They've been coming off pretty easy.
Well, again, they're heavy baits, and they shake their heads down there.
The best thing to do is just crank them hard
Keep tension on them?
Yep, and a lot of times if the net ain't there, I don't wait for it. I just flip them in.
Now that's a nice walleye. That's about 18, 19.
Yeah, beautiful fish.
Yeah. But seriously, keep a lot of tension on them because those baits are so dang heavy. When their head shakes, they got a lot of leverage on you, don't they?
Absolutely. And it actually seems like since we switched to glow colors, we've been catching a lot of fish. When we had the plain colors, it wasn't working so hot.
It is really an interesting way to fish. And you know me, you've fished with me enough years to what I usually go to is plastic, right?
Yeah.
And this time of the year, it seems they want something fast, right? Real fast moving.
Uh-huh. Yep, something fast. You know, it's a reaction bite. You're triggering these fish. There's a whole pile of them down there, and we're catching them.
Sheep's head, sheep's head, sheep's head, Ronnie! Let's see what we got. Come on, come on.
It's pulling pretty hard.
Ooh, it's fighting. It's big.
Ooh, it's a nice walleye, boys. He's got a walleye.
Ooh, what do we got there? What do we... Oh, there we go.
Sheep's head walleye.
Mr. Sheep's head.
He's got it.
Actually, that much jolly is, wow, that's a beautiful fish, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice.
I mean, look at the build on that for, you know, an 18, 19-inch fish.
Yeah, that's a dandy.
That thing is built really well. And Ron, you know, you do a lot of deep water. Whoa!
I sure do.
Ron.
He's just holding sheep in.
Back action.
Okay. Hey, seriously though, you do a lot of deep water fishing in some of the lakes in Arizona for largemouth. This is kind of similar, isn't it?
It really is. You know, this very similar. You guys do a lot of this snap jigging with a variety of different lures, from what we're using today to some soft plastics, and I use a lot of deep water techniques as well. You know, you can do some snap jigging or even with some spoons in deep water for largemouth bass, and believe it or not, we have some walleye out in Arizona as well. But nothing like catching them up here in Green Bay. Definitely you can catch quite a few different species of fish here, including walleye and of course sheep's head, my favorite.
One of the reasons, folks, that the walleyes are on top of these reefs in the summertime is there's literally millions of these gobies on the bottom, and that's what they're feeding on. And you can't help but snag them. There's so many of them once in a while. But if you snag one, they're illegal to keep in your boat, but you just throw them out. But they come from the Caspian Sea, and they're an invasive species that came here in ships, in the ballasts of ships, and were let go, and they've really become prolific in the Great Lakes. But that has actually been one of the reasons that these walleyes are feeding on top of these reefs. Is that correct, Brett?
Yeah, John, all these rocks, anywhere there's rocks in the bay, there's gobies for the most part. And, you know, these gobies are fairly slow-moving fish, so they're really easy for the walleyes, bass, everything to eat. And, you know, these lures that we're moving kind of mimic those gobies. They about the same size and darting around just like a goby does.
Hey, sheep's head. Sheep's head's going on up there. Jollarooty. Let's see. All right, Ronnie. Oh, it's a walleye. It's a walleye. There we go.
Been a while. Needed to get that one. Oh, awesome.
Hey, Jollo.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, buddy. You know, we got to get moving, and we only had a couple of hours to fish out here.
Right.
And we got to get back to Milwaukee, but this will stay good now for a while, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, the whole year is great walleye fishing out here on the bay, all year round. So it'll be good for a while. And like we said before, I don't have any openings. I do have a couple guides that work for me that I could get people out with though if they call.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that the guys that pick up your slack or your extra trips, they're really good guys, and I've fished with them before, and they're available.
Yep. So Avery, Max, Dean, they're all great guys.
So I'll put your phone number up and they can call you.
Yep.
Throw that one back, buddy.
Perfect eating size. We're letting this one go.
Yeah. Throw them back there, Ronnie. Did you have fun there, Ron?
It was a good time. I appreciate it, man. Walleye fishing's awesome.
Johnsonvilles are quite the tradition in Wisconsin, but you live in Arizona, and they're quite the tradition out there.
Yeah, Johnsonville's a pretty popular brand out there. Everything's fantastic, whether you're at a tailgate party, at a football game, or just hanging out in the backyard. Johnsonville all the way.
Well, I got a treat for you today. These are Johnsonville bacon and cheddar grillers, and they're 100% prime pork, and we add our spices, and then we also add Wisconsin cheddar cheese and bacon, and they only take about 10 minutes on the grill. They come frozen, and they are really easy to make.
And they taste fantastic too.
Aren't those great? They are wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah, look for Johnsonville bacon and cheddar grillers, folks, in your freezer section at your grocer today.
Up next, we're heading to Big Green Lake, fishing for smallmouth and largemouth bass. I'm I'm Blake Gillespie here at Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters. When people ask what my favorite type of fishing is, I will always say bass fishing. Learning from my dad, and of course King Bass, Matty B, they always told me to have a reliable rod. The Bass X casting rods are the ultimate rods for any bass anglers. These rods are made with premium quality graphite with a split grip and a comfortable cork handle. I know these rods will be the ticket to reeling in the bass. And that's why I shop at Fleet Farm, because I know they have everything I need.
Let us make this absolutely clear. The days of wasted casts and missed opportunities are over. New Mega Imaging takes fishing into the megahertz range for the first time, because higher frequency sonar means higher frequency of this. Without a doubt, it's the most detailed picture of the world below ever. And it's only from Humminbird.
Len Groom from Amsoil here, and we're talking about trailer bearings. One of the most neglected pieces on that trailer are the bearings. People just don't think about them, especially with a boat trailer where it's going in and out of the water, even an ATV, UTV trailer, or a snowmobile trailer that's going down the highway in the water in adverse conditions. You always want to make sure you check those bearings and apply some grease when you can. You definitely want to check them seasonally. Amsoil's water-resistant grease is a perfect choice for your trailers. For more information on any of our greases, check out amsoil.com.
Hey, fun fishing the bay with Captain Brett Jolly, but we actually got blown off. So we had an afternoon to spend, you and I and Blake, and we're on Big Green Lake, and we only got a couple hours to fish, Matt. But this can be a good smallmouth, largemouth deal here.
Yeah, it's got a real nice mix. Usually run into a couple nice pike out here, so we're going to fish deep, we're going to fish shallow, and see what we can put together.
Now, Blake, did you know this is the deepest inland lake in the state of Wisconsin?
Wow, I did not.
No, and it's
cool.
like what, 200 feet or something like that?
Oh yeah, I think it's over 200.
Well, we're going to try weed edges, right, primarily?
Yeah, mainly.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, Matty B, what do you got there, buddy?
Look up. Looks like a largemouth. He had a buddy following him.
What's he got there? What do we got?
Nothing giant.
No, but that's fun, man, you know, and that's what we talked about. You only have a couple hours to fish, and Big Green is close to where we live, so, you know, come out. The evening fishing can be really good too, can it?
Oh yeah, you just said, hey, let's go out for 3-4 hours, and I'm starting us on docks, because I mean, it's in September now, so that you get fish scattered everywhere. You got fish out deep, you got fish shallow, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Just moved out on the weed line off of those docks,
little baby.
and you got a little baby bass there. But you know, that's one thing too, you know, if the fish aren't real shallow and we only caught one by the docks, you can move out and try weed edges, and that's easy to find on these lakes too.
Yeah, John, and these fish are just going to start transitioning from being on the weed lines off the outside of the weed lines, and then they're going to start moving in as you get to mid-September into October.
Folks, breaking news from Fleet Farm. Check out this incredible deal. Frog Dogs hip waders for just $17.99. That's $22 below the normal price. Frog Dogs hip waders. You need the Fravel up there?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, Blake hops up there with the net. That's cool, Matt.
Not a bad little fish.
Nope. And that's fishing deep.
You know what? I'll just flip him in.
Yeah, not bad, Matt.
Thought he was a little bigger, but not
It
bad.
is interesting. These fish are right on that weed edge in about, what, 15 feet of water?
Yeah, 15, 16, John.
Okay, buddy. Where there's one, there's more, right?
Yep.
It's now time to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm, John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2018 Fishing Contest.
Mark Hoffman of Excelsior, Minnesota caught this 51-inch muskie on Lake Minnetonka on a showgirl. Edward Burkhardt of Racine boated this 40-inch lake trout on Lake Michigan on a spin glow. Sonia Nikosh of Burnsville, Minnesota caught this 31-inch walleye on the Bay of Green Bay on a Rapella. Andrew Bishke of Vernon Hills, Illinois boated this 26-inch largemouth on Lake Davenport on a Berkeley Power Hog. And this week's kids winners are Dylan Sandvin of New London, Minnesota caught this 51-inch muskie on Lake of the Woods on a Bulldog, and Charlie Moore of Hanover Park, Illinois boated this 48-inch catfish on the Fox River on a Rattle trap.
Our adult winners receive a $25 Fleet Farm gift card, and our kids winners receive a Plano tackle box. Fleet Farm, your outdoor headquarters.
Hey, Matty B, what do you got there,
smoked
buddy?
it. I don't know
I
yet.
hope it's a little bit better. Blake's coming up there with the net. Ooh, what do we got, pal?
Good fish.
There's a nice, there's a nice bass.
Fish.
And you know, we've had a very, very, very slow day. And we've tried docks and we've tried weed edges. So one way to do this is what you call speed fishing, is what you're doing right now.
Yep, speed fishing, power fishing. Yep, I put on a swim jig with that that double tail right there, and just super slow retrieve, John, over the weeds, and let those little double paddles on that scrub kick. With that swim jig, it's got the brush guard, so you can fish it through the weeds and right on top of the weeds. And since that sun's going down, these fish are gonna get active.
So when you're having a really slow day like this, and you've tried those other things, fishing over the top of a big weed flat and covering water can be the ticket.
Absolutely.
Oh, that one didn't give up, Matty B. He's not real big. Well, here he is right there. There you go, buddy.
It's a smallie.
Smallmouth.
Right.
But that jig is fun to fish, folks. We're just, like I said, trying to cover water. And he ripped that, man. He must have hit that 5 times.
Isn't that something that come behind? He hit it.
He hit it and kept coming at it. Hey, while I got a chance here, Matt, I want to talk a little bit about the Amsoil Fishing Report, which is really a neat deal, and you're a part of it. And tell the folks, it's experts from North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Ohio, Wisconsin.
Right, yeah. You got a great group of guys from all around the Midwest that are constantly fishing daily and weekly. And it's a place where people can go to tune in to see what's going on that month.
And it's really kind of neat too, because a lot of times when we're talking to these guys, they're on the water guiding, or they just got off the water, and these are really good, solid, current, up-to-date reports.
Yeah, and I definitely tune in, because going into this fall transition right now, things are going to change, and I tune in to see what's going on.
Well, it's real easy, folks. All you got to do to get the monthly fishing report is go to amsoil.com/MFR, and it really is worth it. You can plan a trip around this information, right?
Absolutely.
Captain Brett Jolly guides the Bay of Green Bay on a daily basis. For more information, give Brett a call. That phone number is 715-581-5678. 581-5678.
The future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evinrude E-Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole nother level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
If you fish, chances are you've used a mustad hook. That's all we use.
Mark, get him in there. Army tank there, Dale. Oh, there is a big boy. I mean, I just can't believe this, folks. Oh, let's see him, buddy. Look at that. That 10 seconds, though, makes a big difference, buddy. Well, that one is a gorgeous fish. Is that pushing 3?
It's 3. We're going to weigh it.
Mustad, the world's largest manufacturer of fishing hooks. Get the point? We did. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish yet. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.
Hey!